Yeah.
It is what it is.
I didn't even think about it. I just went from the bed to here.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I'm ready to go. Are you ready to go?
All right, you have a jam-packed show today, girl.
We do have a jam-packed show. I'm excited about it.
We have lots of people. 2 interviews.
Yeah.
Deanette Wells is here.
Well, Leanne's coming on to talk about our events this weekend. So
Yeah, all right.
Okay, Judah, we're ready. And welcome to Women Changing Our World. I am Kelly.
Good morning. I'm Jamie.
Happy rainy Monday morning.
I know. I'm dressed for winter this morning. I woke up, it was freezing.
It's so cold.
I know.
But so I treated myself to a new pair of shoes.
Ooh.
Look how cute these are.
They are
and
very
they're slip-ons?
cute. Ooh, very cute.
I know.
Yes. Good for you.
Yeah.
Self-care is what we call that.
I felt like I deserved something.
Yeah. I know. I haven't been shopping in so long. I haven't even been in my closet because I just do the laundry and then I
pick out from
the laundry.
Right. So Adam's brother came in town.
Yeah.
He was so sweet. He's from Texas.
Yeah.
Adam's older brother.
Yeah.
He quarantined for 2 weeks at home. Aww. And then drove all the way from Texas to come hang out with us for
so fun.
2 weeks. So he is here.
Sounds like the treehouse is getting done.
I think they're doing like the treehouse for like the next 2 weeks.
Wow. So you're going to have a fully executed treehouse.
I know, but the point of that story was because he was coming and had never been to our house before, I had to fold 1,000 pounds of laundry that was on my dining room table because I didn't want him to think we were like slobs.
Right. No, yeah. You have to prepare for guests.
I know. To prepare.
It's like the worst.
I know. Poor guy, he's staying in Rory's bedroom. Like, that's like rainbows and unicorns. And he's like a guy's guy.
I love it. You find him cuddled up with her unicorn.
I know.
It's all lit up in the morning and you're like, hey, Tom, what's his name? Aaron. You're like, good morning, Aaron. And he's like, just 2 more minutes.
Just 2 minutes.
So we're talking to Leanne this morning.
Okay, let's call her.
Okay.
So Leanne is a friend of the show.
Yes.
She owns, I love a woman-owned business, you know that. She owns Virginia Cannabis Company.
Albemarle Cannabis Company.
No, they switched it. Now it's Virginia Cannabis Company.
She is on the move. We spoke to her 1 week ago. Now she has 7 new companies, the whole thing.
But no, I love her products so much. She does a whole bunch of CBD products, and I love them. And so she has 2 big events coming up this week. Yeah. So let's call her, and she can fill us in on what she's doing this week. And then we'll get to our other interview.
I know. Deanette Wells is here.
I know. I'm so excited to talk to her.
Much anticipated.
Can you turn it down a little bit? It's blowing out my eardrum.
Hey!
Good morning, Leanne.
How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Good. We've been live for 2 minutes. Kelly's already yelling at me. She's like, the things are too loud. The people are hurry up, Jamie. We're running late. She's already yelling at me.
Already. I know.
It's a Monday. She's in Monday mode.
She's
on
in
the move.
Get it done mode.
Yeah, she's probably been up since 4 a.m. I just woke up 13 seconds ago. She's been up for 7 hours. She's ready for a nap. She's already on dinner. She's God. All right.
Oh, Leanne, we told everybody.
Deaf girl.
I know. We told everybody who you were, and thank you for being such a sweet friend to the show. And you
love the show. Love you both.
Thank you. Well, tell us about your 2 events that are coming up this week because we're so excited to go to them and let everybody know what you're doing.
I was going to say thanks for that, Kelly, and thank you, Jamie. It's so great to see both of you. We're really excited over at Albemarle Cannabis Company. We're gearing up for tomorrow for the high holidays, and we've got 2 great events. One is at the Ix Art Park, and it's from 4 to 9. And tickets for that are $10 up until day of, and then they're $15. And that includes folks are encouraged to bring their sketchbooks and charcoals or stencils or whatever they love to, fuel their inspiration. And there's a couple of bands. There's us and Sisters and Brothers is the other band, I believe. And they, if you come to the event, you get to enjoy the music. ACC will be there with our pop-up. You can browse all of our wonderful products, should you be so inclined. And then you get 2 free CBD pre-rolls. And let me think. And Yeah. Oh, and then there's also live glass blowing by our wonderful partner Sam, who is just amazingly talented. And then there's also the Pro Renata. So Pro Renata is going to be from 3 to 10. We're kind of overlapping, so we'll be in Charlottesville, but we'll also be in Crozet. And the tickets for the Pro Renata event are $60. That is the 420 dinner, and that your ticket price includes a CBD gift bag, of course. Ooh la la, from ACC. And then there's also 3 bands at that event. You get, with your ticket, you also get food. You get a nice dinner included. There's a wonderful local pig roast going on with that. There's also an oyster station that I think is a separate cost, but I know they'll be there. And some other great vendors that are typically at Pro Renata. Let's see what else. Oh, there's also a raffle. And the raffle is a $5 raffle ticket, but one of the prizes is a free night at the CBD Hemp House Cottage.
Which is amazing.
What is a CBD Hemp House Cottage?
It's the cutest.
What is this?
Well, Jamie, I know. See, I knew you would love this. So the CBD Hemp House Cottage is hosted by yours truly, and it's a wonderful little rustic cottage that hosts a nice little CBD spa type experience. Sometimes pre-rolls or little other local fun surprise gifts await guests. Usually, they find this through Airbnb. But there also is CBD, either infused bath salts or bath bomb. There's CBD hemp face mask. There's CBD muscle rub. Yes. And it's a beautiful little spot. So so that's one of the raffle prizes I know, and I know there's lots of other fun things being offered as well. So it's sure to be a really fun, exciting day celebrating all things 420, and hopefully all things ACC and all things in our great community.
This is amazing. I said to Kelly, so Kelly was introducing you, and she was like, oh, Leanne from Virginia Cannabis Company. And I was like, no, Kelly, it's Albemarle. And she's like, they've changed it to Virginia. I thought it was Virginia Cannabis Company. We spoke to her like 2 weeks ago. She started 7 new companies. She has 6 events going on. She has a cottage. She has an Airbnb, a new hotel. I was like, oh my God, I have done nothing. Couldn't even shower this morning. And you have a brand new Airbnb and a cottage. Awesome.
We do have a separate business, Virginia Cannabis Services. That's more consulting and
my God.
Yeah.
See, so we were both right.
We were on fire. Kelly, we should go to this event on Sunday.
I know, because you can scat. No, it's not Sunday. It's 420.
It's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. We should go.
Yeah, let's go. I was planning on going to the X Park one.
Okay, we should go. Yeah. Kelly and I are going to come. We're going to support you.
Awesome.
I'll sketch next to the booth.
I love it.
You can sketch characters.
I can sketch characters.
And Joe and I, my wonderful, partner and husband, Joe Kuhn, will be, along with our amazing team of just amazing ACC team members that are helping pull all this together, are going to be at both. So Joe and I are hoping to also make sure that we are at both for at least some amount of time. But since they're overlapping, it's going to keep us running and moving. But we're just it's going to be like going from one ride to the next at Disney. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So guys,
I'm posting right now on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
The flyers to these events.
Awesome.
In case you missed anything.
Guys,
all the information will be on our page.
Yeah, go see X Park outside. Go see them. Go check out the booth. Go see the stuff. Yeah. Check out Pro Renata. Pro Renata is awesome in Crozet. I love this. 420 tomorrow.
Yes.
And all of our stuff is being pushed on Instagram through our Albemarle Cannabis company page. We're having a little, crinkle with the Facebook portion, but you can find us in either spot, and you can always reach out and ask us questions if there's anybody out there that has any questions. And and I'm telling you, perfect. Jamie, I'm going to make you one of those CBD infused cocktails when I see you.
I love that. I am all about this cottage. I can't believe this is the first time I'm hearing it. And
I didn't want you to rent it and so that I can't go.
I would like to move in. Yeah. Please make me an offer because I live there now. Thank you so much for telling me.
Yes. Well, thank you, Leanne. We just posted all the information on our Facebook page to both awesome events. And Jamie and I will see you tomorrow.
We'll be there.
At the X Park.
So much.
We will be there.
ladies, I look forward to it. It is always such a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me this morning.
Love
I hope the
seeing
rest
you.
of the show goes well.
Thank you. Love seeing you. Keep up the great work. I don't know. I don't think there's anything that's stopping you, girlfriend. You are on it.
She's the best. She's the best.
Bye, Leanne.
No, the best. Thank you. Bye,
See
guys.
ya.
Bye.
She's the cutest.
She is not only the cutest, she is on the move. She's
awesome.
Doing big things at that business.
Yes.
I love it so much.
Yeah, so tomorrow at X Park from 4 to 9, you can buy tickets now online. And then also tomorrow at Pro Renata.
Yeah.
What time? Hold on, I'm looking. Oh, from 3 to 10. Wow. So that's a longer event.
I love that. So, and it's a dinner.
Check it out. Well, one of them, the Pro Renata, is the dinner.
Yeah.
The other one is not.
A pig roast.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's CBD infused pig.
I don't know. I can't eat pig.
Pig BD.
I don't eat. Oh, so Rory, while we're on this topic, before we go to our next interview. So Rory has decided she wants to be a vegetarian.
Oh, I'm shocked at this. Okay, yes.
No, you're not.
I'm not. That's what I'm saying. She loves like all things animals, all things insects. Nothing can die.
No, like if there's a ladybug in our house, she will gently catch it and put it outside. Like if Lena killed a spider once, she was hysterical for like an hour.
Yeah, meltdown.
Okay. But so she said she wants to be a vegetarian, but she still wants bacon.
Okay.
I was like, okay.
Okay. So that's a good start.
I mean, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And I really don't eat a lot of meat anyway.
Yeah.
So
I don't really eat meat. And you know what? I find a lot of kids are vegetarians nowadays.
Do you know what though? I don't know this, but I think. So kids tend to not realize they are allergic to something or have like a body reaction to something. But young kids just tend to not like those things. So I'm wondering if it's an animal thing, like she doesn't want to hurt these animals, but also I think it bothers her stomach. So I think like she's not connecting those two things. Do you know what I mean?
Interesting.
I know, but anyway.
Well, I could totally see that happening.
Adam's like, you're not my daughter.
Poor Adam. So none of the girls eat
like
meat.
I said before, his brother's in town, right?
And Adam's gonna like cook a whole like go hunting and like cook a hog on a rotisserie in the back.
Yes, no, Adam's like, don't bother ordering groceries.
We're gonna live off the land.
He goes, I don't trust what you would order. So him and his brother are going to the grocery store. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna cut up some veggies and some cheese and make a veggie pasta salad, like a big salad for me, and just keep it in the fridge so I can eat that all week.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure they're going to be doing ribs. I think tonight they're doing like lamb chops. I don't even know what a lamb chop is, but I definitely know I'm not eating it.
Yes.
Like,
I can totally see this. Yes.
Yeah, so he's like, I can just grill you a whole bunch of chicken. I was like, I'm not going to eat chicken all week. Like, forget it. I'm probably going to lose another 10 pounds because I'm going to be starving.
I love
Which, like, I don't mind, but.
So Deanette Wells is here.
Exciting.
So
I was obsessed with the show she was on.
Yeah, so she was on the Eco Challenge. She's done a lot of
stuff. The world's toughest race.
She has also summited all of the 7 highest peaks in the world.
I cannot understand how you do that.
Which is incredible.
Like, how do you train? I mean, I just don't.
There's
I can't
not
wrap
that
my
many
head around
people in the world who have actually done this. So she's
a badass chick.
She is she's amazing. She's unique, and I can't wait to hear because you know that I have this obsession with Everest.
We've talked about it many times.
So I'm very, very excited. So we should call her. And see
Sherry from Texas is on. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Her grandkids
everyone.
love vegetables. I know.
And guys, you should like and share the show. So if you're watching right now, please like and share our show.
We appreciate it very much.
Yes, so that we can spread the word and everyone can see our shows. And you can check out our website at Women Changing Our World to see past episodes.
Yeah, we've had some good ones.
We've had some great ones.
So, okay.
Should we call her?
Yeah, let's get her on.
All right.
We're actually on time today.
I know.
It's a shocker. Hi, Jerry. Glad you joined us this morning.
Jerry snuck in the back.
Yeah, he did.
Hey!
Good morning!
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Well, thank you for joining us on this Monday morning. For those people who are watching that don't know who you are, tell us who you are, what you do, and why you are so amazing.
Well, I'm Deanette Wells, and I'm Oh, wait, I have to take out this Invisalign. Hold on.
Okay. I love it. I always wondered if Invisalign worked.
Yeah. Kelly always wonders if it works. Does it work?
So far, I did it because we were all wearing masks, and my friend did it, and she was swearing by it. Would I do it again? Maybe, but it just, my teeth are loose all the time. So hopefully when it's over, and it's quick, it's 12 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So,
give us an update after the 12 weeks.
All right, so tell us who you are, what you do, why you're so awesome.
I'm Deanette Wells. I'm a mom, and I'm an extreme endurance athlete. I do mountaineering, ultras, adventure racing, and just having fun.
Well, we can tell you why you're so awesome. So we've been following you. So I was telling in like the introduction to this. So you have summited, not in addition to this, so many more amazing things, but summited all of the world's highest peaks.
Well, the highest peak on each continent.
Highest peak on each continent. Is it so weird? Like, how does it feel like to hear that being said? Like, do you look back and you're like, I can't even believe I did this?
No, because it's you're done with one thing. It's okay. What's the one?
Will you do it again?
I would love. If money were not an object or an issue, I would love to have the record for the fastest ascent of the 7 summits.
Oh my God! Wow. So how long have you been climbing? How long?
Yeah, how did this start?
Yeah. How long have you been doing this?
In 1998, I convinced 10 of my girlfriends to climb Mount Whitney with me. Didn't know what I was doing. And this was really before the internet and computers, and I had to type up a gear list. It was, looking back, so funny. And 50 feet below the summit, I was hooked. And my first thought was, which one's next? And I hadn't even touched the summit yet. And then the following year, I climbed Kilimanjaro, and I was, and I still am afraid of heights, but I just knew that I was going to do this. And I told the guide on that first climb on Healy that I want to climb the 7 summits. And I really couldn't believe that I was saying that, because I knew I was too afraid to ever climb Everest because of the height and the Lhotse face. I was afraid of the Lhotse face. And then you just start knocking them off one by one. It took me 8 or 10 or 11 years, I don't even remember, from start to finish. 99 until 2008. And, you just take them as they come, and,
I like how you say, so I told you before, I'm obsessed with Everest.
Jamie is obsessed.
Obsessed.
Change your email and phone number at the end of this show, because Jamie will be harassing you.
Literally, I would like to hike to base camp, just hang out there a little while, and then I'm just not going to go any further. You know what I mean? I'm obsessed. I want to see it, but I'm not, going to go for it. I'm not going to push myself,
Do it. You can also, with Alpine Ascents, I think they allow you can go to either Camp 1 or Camp 2.
Yeah, just a little camp. I'm not going to go the other Roman numerals that I don't know. No. I'm not going to go up that high. You know what I mean? That kind of vibe.
Was Everest the hardest out of the 7 climbs?
For me, Denali was.
And why?
Because you're carrying your own weight. You're pulling a heavy sled. The weather was horrific. It was storm after storm. That was a rough one. The snow. Ugh.
It's so many different climates, right? So each of the 7 continents. So you have some that are just scorching hot, right? Then you have, because you're walking through these things, and you have Everest, that's the completely other side of it. And I like that you say that the Lhotse face was the scariest. What about the Khumbu Icefall that you climb over on a ladder with a crevasse that is literally a million feet below?
Especially if you're scared of heights, I'm terrified of heights. You couldn't pay me to do that.
You're clipped in, though. So if you were to fall off the ladder, you're not, as long as you're clipped in, you're not going very far. So that that's a safety thing. And having ballet when I was growing up, that helps, because I could feel on my foot exactly where the crampon would hit the rung. And I didn't even have to look down. I can feel it right now talking about it. So they all get easier. And the thing with Everest is, people will talk themselves out of that summit because they can't see the actual summit. You can't see the South Col until you're pretty much on top of it.
Wow.
And when you just tell yourself, hey, it's the same rock, snow, and ice that you've been walking on all these years. It's just a little bit higher, more expensive. But it's the same stuff. And then all of that fear of Everest or the stuff that you put in your brain of why you can't do it, that just goes away.
Wow, because people die on Everest. I mean, a lot of people have died on Everest.
Yeah.
Did you have any fear of that at all?
No. Not that I had enough fear to be careful and to check my harness and check my, safety systems. I wasn't cavalier about it at all, but, there's an assumption of risk and you do everything you can to, lessen that risk. But I do that when I drive too. I wear a seatbelt. So I just look at it as anything else, riding your bike or surfing. I mean,
right.
They're all.
Oh, so what is it like? What is like the spiritual side of this? Because I think that is like, I always am like drawn to that side of it. Like it's such an amazing feat to be able to like get up these mountains, but there has to be such a spiritual side to like be in these incredible places and to do something where all of these people have come before you and to do like the Tibetan rituals before. Like, how is that?
The monasteries there are just heavy with all of that, and you feel it. And I've never understood how someone could be an atheist and climb big mountains, because I felt, as I was stepping onto the summit, like this overwhelming feeling of this is where God hangs out.
Yeah.
And I was being allowed to be up there for a little bit, but I just had that overwhelming sense of, this is where he hangs. Like, okay, I feel it absolutely when I climb.
Yeah, like it's like you're being protected by something that's like this higher power because, right, like that's what they believe. So it's like the Tibetans believe that like the mountain is what allows you to either summit or to not, right? So it's like Mother Nature's choice of whether you do that or not.
Fully believe in that, absolutely.
And so like how hard did your whole, like the group that you were climbing with for all these mountains, did everyone finish? Did anyone turn back?
Yeah.
So the first time I went, it was a complete bust. I think most people left because there were so many storms. We had some bad stuff going on in camp with a couple. And then when I went back the second time, I want to say one person left, but I can't remember if he was from the first time or the second time. And I think we all summited. I don't remember if anyone left early on. I think maybe one person did, but I don't remember. But the rest of the team all summited. And no one, once we left for the summit, everyone was all in. No one turned back. It was a very strong, great team. And
that's the same, because listen, if I paid the amount of money that it costs to go to Everest, right? This is not like a cheap, on JetBlue aircraft, like vacation. But if the weather's bad and you can't climb, like you spent all this money to go and you're waiting there, right? For like long periods of time, I would be so pissed.
Well, I had told my kids that I would be home by June 1st, no matter what. And I always stuck to those. If I gave my kids a time and a date, I was home by then. And so the owner of the company at the time said, "You're making a big mistake in leaving. You should stay. You're going to regret this. You're going to regret it." And I had paid a bunch of money, but I didn't think we'd be summiting after June 1st. So I left, and it ate at me for 3 years.
Wow.
Every day I thought about it. And, by the time 2008 rolled around, I mean, I was like, yeah, I'm paying again, but I had to get that monkey off my back. And I know, taking out second loans, mortgage their house. I mean, crazy things to have the money time. And I don't know that I would go that far for a client. Why I'm not go and do them all again. It's just, now it's just so cost prohibitive. But I wasn't looking at the money part of it. It was just, the second time around, I told my kids I'll be home when I'm home. I needed to get that summit. Money wasn't a factor that time. It was just the summit.
Interesting. So, and besides climbing all of these amazing peaks, you also did Fiji Eco Challenge.
Yeah, so I've done 4 eco challenges.
And that has to be a completely
whole different ballgame.
Right. Yeah.
And when you're climbing, you sleep in a warm tent and a warm sleeping bag, and you'll sleep for 8-10 hours, and it's very cush, and you have a book, and then adventure racing, there is no comfort. It's stay awake as long as you can, go as long as you can. I absolutely love adventure racing.
Really?
I'm obsessed with watching those. Because I just can't figure out, how do you stay awake? What happens if you have to go to the bathroom? You can't take a shower, right?
Oh, there's no showering, no. And you go to the bathroom, you go to the bathroom wherever you go to the bathroom, but we have a leave no trace policy, or you bury it. You're respectful of wherever you are, but the sleeping thing, it's 5-hour energy drinks. Those are amazing. It's, the little packets of coffee. Those are great. Just caffeine.
Oh my God. And I can't even, so I was reading, you got sick in Fiji, right?
So 3 of my team, a lot of racers, and then on my team, 3 of us, one of the guys got it first, and that's why we were out of the race. He turned septic and almost lost his leg.
Oh, right, no. I remember
that. And then the rest of us are back at the hotel, and I'm in a bathrobe, and I'm sitting in bed eating room service, and my Navy SEAL, Harold, in the bed next to me, he's having his leg debrided with a hotel toothbrush by a doctor.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it was awful. Very infected leg. They had stitched closed during the race, but you were still out in the dirty jungle in the water, and it was just all. And then that night, I started just, I was very sick and unable to walk. It was a mess.
Oh no!
So what did you have? Did you just get something from the water or bacteria? What was it?
Yeah, some sort of bacteria. They're not really sure what it was, and so many people had it, but they don't know if maybe we sat on a contaminated field, when they water the rugby fields. I mean, they don't know. Could have been the water, river, the ocean. No one knows.
That's crazy, because you guys were swimming in freezing cold water. For long periods of time. And I remember watching you guys and your teammate who became septic, he didn't want to quit.
Yeah.
Right?
It's part of being on a team is not only, offering your teammates help when they need it, but also being able to accept help.
Right.
If you're some super macho guy who can't accept help, well, that doesn't help anyone. Because we all need help. I don't care how strong you are, or Superman, Superwoman. Everyone has a low point in a race, except, of course, for Blaine Reeves. Let me just put that. He's my Army Ranger. He never has a low moment.
Right.
Like a bulldog. But, yeah, he never would let us help. He would never admit to anything, and you're always checking with everyone. Hey, how you doing? Hey,
right.
I need salt, or I need to sit for whatever it is, or my feet. I need to take care of my feet, and he never did it. And then, that's why he got so sick, seemingly so quick.
Oh my God.
Right, but he recovered. He's fine now, right?
Yeah, he spent 17 days in a hospital in New Zealand.
Oh, which is so weird to be like in another country and you're
right. But that's like really that's for sure life-threatening.
Yeah.
That's what?
Life-threatening.
Yeah, like he was very ill.
He almost lost his leg, and we outside of that little half-built house that we were staying in, we had a horse waiting for him. We just needed him to stand up, and we were going to put him on the horse and get him to the next checkpoint because we were within 24 hours of finishing. And
so heartbreaking.
We tried for an hour to get him up. Blaine was on his hands and knees saying, "Just crawl up me, just stand up."
Oh no.
The good side of that is, had we gotten him onto that horse and tried to have gone to the next checkpoint, he for sure would have lost his leg, and it could have been worse than that. So,
and that's not worth it.
No.
Right?
No, of course not. So, what do your kids think about this?
Yes.
Are they like,
you're
Mom
crazy?
is nuts. This is the thing that she does. Are they like, hell yeah, do it. We're going to come next time.
Are they doing it? Yeah.
So my oldest loves it. She just thinks it's great. She'd love to do one herself. She asked me to do Patagonia with her, and I just said, no.
Oh, you can join Kelly's team. I have a great camp person for you.
Me?
So yeah, she's all in. My youngest hates it. She wants nothing to do. I don't even think she watched the TV show. She was so. And then my son, who would cry as a little boy, like, "Oh, this is not fair. I don't get to race." And I would always say, "Gosh, Mark Burnett is so mean, isn't he? You need to take this up with him." And so I'd always blame it on Mark, so I wouldn't be the bad person. But he, Mark stopped doing eco challenges for a while, so kind of slipped out of Johnny's mind. But I always knew if it ever came back, he would definitely be on my team because Johnny would love that stuff. But he, because of growing up, I think how he did, and even before my ex-husband and I started doing sports, Johnny would always talk about parachuting. So he ended up becoming a wingsuit pilot, and
which is incredible.
That is awesome.
Yeah, well, it killed him, so that was bad news about it. But that was his sport. That was his favorite thing, and I don't know. Hopefully, adventure racing would have been enough of a thrill for him, but he tried so many different sports, and the only thing that stuck, of course, was base jumping. I was like, and then I thought, I should have introduced him to F1 racing, maybe for him. He loved to fly, so. And what would he think of this? I'm pretty sure. Well, actually, during the race, because one of the things you look forward to in an adventure race is hallucinating from lack of sleep, food. But clear as a bell, I heard him say, in the jungle, in the rope section, going up those rivers, and the big rocks when it was really cold, I heard him say, clear as a bell, "Enough, Mom."
Wow,
and
really?
As is normal during a race or any climb or anything, I always say, "Okay, this is my last one. I'm retiring. I'm never doing this again," which everyone knows is a lie because a week later I'm signing up for something else. I have the sun in my eyes here. But yeah, I think to some extent he'd be down with it, and the other half of him, with my youngest, would just want me to be home baking cookies or something. I don't know.
So what is next on your list? Like,
next?
What are you going to do next?
I have a few things. I'm racing for Backcountry, which is, backcountry.com. An amazing, doesn't matter what sport you're doing, they have everything. So that's kind of fun. And high performance, lightweight, everything you'd want as a racer or a climber, Backcountry has. So I am team captain of Team Backcountry for Expedition Oregon this mid-May.
Nice.
Exciting.
A 300 miler, which will be fun.
300 miles.
Jamie and I don't even want to walk a mile.
Yeah, I don't even want to drive that far. I'm like, how many? 6 to... Nope. Not going to come visit you, Dad. 300 miles, not going to happen. Nope. Okay, just a quick 300 miles. Okay, good.
It'll be an interesting one. And then in June, I'm going with a bunch of friends to Mount Whitney for my 10th summit of that, including my daughter. I'm taking her.
Nice!
Get her to the top. And then in August, I have an ultra in the country of Georgia, and that's 150 miles.
Wow. So what do you do during those 150 miles? Are you climbing, walking, like running? What is it?
Fun, but I'm not some super runner type of person. I'm sitting on my jacket. So I'm not one of those people ever standing on a podium or coming in first. I'm middle of the pack.
Okay.
I shuffle the flats, I run the downhills, and I walk the uphills. So a shuffle.
Smart.
Kind of.
Yes.
For me.
Awesome. So how do you think, you have overcome so much, obviously, adversity in all things.
Right.
In not only in climbing, in racing, in life, in all these things. How do you think that you can apply all of these things? How do you push forward? And how does this apply to like your everyday life? And how do you think that we can take some of the things that you learn and apply it to our everyday lives, to women that are doing things in the world, in business, in our daily lives?
No matter how bad a situation is in one particular moment, that situation is always changing. So you just think of the worst moment in your life and know that that moment is not permanent. And it always gets better. I just did a big move from Park City to Santa Fe. I was surrounded by boxes. My daughter and her boyfriend were here, and cooking and cleaning up after them. She thought it would be funny to bring me 2 unhouse-trained puppies at the same time. And I have no grass. No, it's just I have a dirt yard. So every time they go outside, they wrestle. They come. It was the second worst week of my life. I thought I had a nervous breakdown. And then I woke up one morning and it was like, okay, I'm going to focus on one thing. And I'm going to do that all in, 100%, get it done, move on to the next one. And that just one moment of clarity, and I focused on one room, and it just, weight was off of me. It's like, okay. And then the next day I'm going to do another room. And just if we can do that with, our business schedules, our lives, our to-do lists, racing and climbing, you have to be so organized. And so every little piece of gear and equipment is so important. And you have to know where it is. And so sometimes you have to shut out all the noise and just focus and just get one thing done. Instead of looking at your list of 20 things, just get one item done. It's like climbing or racing. It's just one foot in front of the other. There are days you don't want to get out of bed. Just one foot in front of the other. That's all you have to do.
Yes, I think that is a beautiful message and so important. And we can't wait to see all of the things you have coming up, because I think that you are such an amazing example for women who love to climb. I think endurance athletes, women at every age, that you can keep going. 55. You look 35.
Yes. And you are getting so many comments from people from all over the United States. Comments like, what an inspirational woman. You are amazing. I love your thought process to get to your goals. You're so grounded. How does she find the inner strength? Like, so many great comments. So I hope you get a chance to go back and read those.
I love it. And I read so many things like about just your journey. And I love that you have continued to do just what you say, to put one foot in front of the other and just be better every day and continue to accomplish your things internally, right? So even if no one's watching, that you internally are doing all of those things that you set out for. And I think it's just so beautiful and really just so inspirational. So it is a pleasure and an honor to talk to you. We love you so much. And we are going to be watching all of your stuff. And I'm going to send you a book. I'm going to send you a book. So I'm going to mail that to you.
The Christine Boscoff book?
Yes, the Christine Boscoff book, so that you can read that.
It was so good.
It was so good. And Deanette knew Christine.
Wow. What a woman she was. I don't even have to say woman. What an amazing human being. And thankfully she was a woman. It makes us all look better. Oh, she was incredible.
She was really amazing. And I think that, you have also changed, just like her, have changed the face of mountaineering. And I think that you, even though you might not think so now, have really set forth this amazing example and have really changed the face of mountaineering and climbing and all of this stuff. So it's incredible. So thanks for the amazing work. You are awesome. And that is why you are so awesome. Well, thank you so much. It was so great to see you. Stay safe. Enjoy your new house. I hope the puppies do not come back.
Senior rescues, no puppies.
Exactly, no puppies. Well, thank you for taking the time.
Yes, thank you. And we'll catch up with you soon.
Yeah, and we'll be in touch.
Anytime, and if you ever want to go on a climb.
I would love that.
You have never mentioned that.
Oh my God. Yes. As soon as this virus is over, I am coming to climb. And just a short one. As I said, not the higher Roman numerals.
Like maybe she'll do it in a climbing gym.
Yeah, just maybe a little walk around your neighborhood. You know what I mean? Get to know the neighbors, kind of a climb. You know what I'm saying, girl.
They have wine next door. We can walk to their house.
That's my kind of a climb. Now we're talking. It's basically my eco challenge.
Yes.
So
walk next door for wine.
The walk to wine, I call it.
Yes.
The walk to wine 0.5K. Yeah. I'll get sponsors.
Perfect.
Thank you so much. Have an amazing week. We will talk to you soon. It was a pleasure.
Thanks, you guys.
Bye. The walk to wine 5K. I like that.
No,
I'm starting a new thing.
0.05K.
Yeah, it's the 0.005K
Okay.
where we just walk to the next house and drink wine.
Yes.
No, I like it.
She was so great.
She's so great.
I love
Can you imagine?
Very amazing.
All of the things, and she's just continuing on. She's continuing to do these things and continuing to climb, and it's just.
I know. You should send her that book. I think she'll really enjoy it.
I know. And because she knew Christine, I think that's amazing.
We should hook them up.
Look at my hair in this background thing.
I don't know.
I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, so we're both obsessed with true crime.
Yes.
Okay. So I was like, gosh, I really want to do a true crime podcast. Like not a show.
Yes.
But like a podcast with you.
Yes.
Because I'm a little bit more serious.
Yes.
You're a little bit more outrageous, scary cat, like screamer.
Yes.
Right?
I am scared.
Right. So today, I am mailing a letter.
Okay.
They called her the Angel of Death.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we're gonna
I'm already scared. I'm like, she's gonna know where we live.
No, she's not gonna know where we live. Okay. Christine Gilbert.
Yes.
So she was an RN. Mm-hmm. I don't know why we're talking about this, but I wanted to talk about it. She was an RN here in Virginia, and she would inject her patients with epinephrine, like too much. Okay. That would make them go into cardiac arrest. So she would inject them, and then obviously they would die. And sometimes she would then come back into the room and revive them so she could be like a hero. So I'm writing her a letter in jail asking her if she could have phone recorded conversations with you and I.
Yeah.
So I want her to tell her story from her point of view.
Yeah.
Like a different kind of take on a true crime podcast. Like,
okay.
I don't want to tell her story. I want her to come on and we ask the questions and like see where her story leads us.
I think that would be amazing. Is it like a euthanasia type thing where she felt like she was like trying to put people out of their misery?
No, that's why. I think she wanted like this. She has like this hero complex. Like she was killing them so then she could be the hero and rush in and save them. Oh. But anyway, she got convicted. She is in New York, or not New York, in Texas. I think she's there for a life sentence. She got convicted of killing 4 and attempted killing of 2. But they can link her to over 350 deaths.
Oh.
They just couldn't prove it.
God.
Anyway, I'll let you know how the letter goes.
Okay.
Won't that be crazy if she responds?
That would be crazy. I can't believe you're mailing. Yeah. I can't believe you're mailing a letter.
Why
At
not?
least it's not a man, because remember we've talked about the show that you can't fall in love with people that are in prison. Right. That's like not a thing. You can't fall in love. There's many men out there, Kelly.
Wait, what happens if she agrees to do it and we fly out there?
That would be amazing to like visit her. You know that things that I'm obsessed with. Jails, Mount Everest. Like these are things that I am very obsessed. Love. Yeah, I'm all about hitting up a jail. You know what I watched last night? You've probably seen this already. Why Did You Kill Me? Did you watch that on Netflix?
I started. I didn't like it. You like the worst documentaries. If you look up the top 20 worst documentaries, that's going to be Jamie's top 20 favorites.
It was funny because I started to watch it and I was going to text you, oh, turn this on. And I was like, no, got to get through the end. I have to rate it and then see, because if I tell her a bad one, she's going to be really pissed.
Because I sat through the most boring documentary you told me to watch ever. It was legit. I'm like, I'm already invested now a half an hour. There's only like 20 minutes to go.
Well, so this is kind of crazy. So Why Did You Kill Me is about, it was like gang violence in California. Gang violence, and a woman gets killed. And so these gangs like shoot her in this car, and they try to figure out, it's like a cold case, no one can figure it out. So this was at the time when MySpace happened.
Right, I remember MySpace. And you could like choose your music, so when people logged onto
the
your
background.
Page, yes. And I bet is MySpace canceled? Like, did they like delete everything, or can you like still log on?
I don't know. I don't know if MySpace is still there.
Jerry, did you have MySpace?
I did.
Yeah.
I wonder if we can log on.
And remember, you could have your top 8 friends,
yes,
and then you would like switch them out.
Yeah.
So what this mom did is she basically said to her niece, who was like a 13-year-old kid at the time, she was like, I want you to create a fake MySpace page for my daughter who had passed away. So the niece created this MySpace page as if she was this girl who had passed away, and started corresponding with all these gang members because they were trying to figure out who killed her.
Right, but how could, if she's dead and the gangs know she's dead?
The gangs didn't know who they killed. They just basically shot a car, and they didn't know who was inside. So they didn't know. So the girl started corresponding with all these people, and that's how they found the killer. They're all through MySpace. It was very, very interesting.
Okay, maybe I'll give it
it was very, very interesting.
Rhonda's saying we have to do the serial killer lady.
All right, Rhonda.
We're going to try, Rhonda. I'm going to write the letter. Okay, do you want
Rhonda, you have to book our flight to the jail.
Yeah.
And I want a bougie hotel, Rhonda. Bougie.
I know it. So what am I watching? There's a new show I'm very excited to watch today. It came out on HBO last night. Yes. So I'm not going to say what it is because I haven't watched it yet, so I don't want to like...
Okay.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm still watching Criminal Minds.
Oh, boy. You're in it for like 10 years. Like, hasn't that show been on for like 25 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like in it. It's like
I'm in it now.
I can get into
this
stuff
is
like
a
that.
robbery documentary on Netflix.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay.
Watch it. The latest episode of 2020 was crazy.
Yeah.
So,
I think we should do a 2020 podcast. I think that would
where
be
we
good.
like watch 2020 and then discuss the episode over.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
Listen.
Yes. Country Music Awards were on last night.
I was asleep. So.
I watched that. So this is crazy. So a lot of women won.
Good.
So tons of women winners. The show was actually really good. I liked it. There were some funny tweets though.
Okay, let's hear them. Oh, Rhonda's saying bougie it is.
Yeah, I need the
Rhonda, I'm
gel.
still waiting for Jamie to commit to going to Jamaica.
I know. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give you an update on what's going on with me after I read you these tweets, and I can tell you what's happening.
So you can update the viewers because I already know everything.
So if you guys if you watched the Country Music Awards last night, so Megan Breitner says, I need the same loyalty in my life that Kenny Chesney has with his wardrobe. Kenny Chesney was wearing like jeans and just like a t-shirt that he's worn every day for like 6 months. Yeah. Kenny Chesney was a big mess. Big mess.
He was drinking margaritas.
Yeah. It was, you know what I was telling Judah, what I really love about it is the show, there weren't that many awards. There were like 4 awards. And then everyone else just performed. So it was like all these singers like just singing about like.
What's the point of the show then?
I know. Well, that's what everyone was complaining about. But I liked it because it was all about like drinking whiskey and like hanging out with your family. And then people just sang to me for 3 hours. And I really enjoyed it.
I like that then.
I really liked it. Yeah. Kenny Chesney still has his Sunday pants on from this morning. Abby on air says Kenny Chesney is dressed like he just left the office and threw on his emergency cowboy hat. Not mad about it. He looks really good. I mean, people were so funny. And I love watching. So whenever I watch a live award show, I always watch it like on Twitter to like hear all the stuff that's happening. it was just a very funny. Chris Stapleton could sing the Applebee's menu and it would still sound amazing.
Right? I agree with that.
Chris Stapleton won for Artist of the Year. That was really amazing. He is incredible. And I think he's out touring again. Carrie Underwood sang this song that everyone loved that I thought was super weird. It was like a church song. And she like got down and she was like, God and Jesus. And she brought out
like
CeCe Winans. And it was like, and there were things. And I thought it was really weird. Okay. Everyone like loved it.
I'll probably love it because you hated it.
Yeah, I did not like it at all. But there were just I thought it was a very good show. But so talking about cancel culture, so Morgan Wallen, does anyone know who Morgan Wallen is? Morgan Wallen is one of like the top artists of like the year. But he got caught on TMZ using a racial slur. And because he used a racial slur.
But wasn't he also didn't go on SNL?
I don't know what. So he went to use the racial slur. His record label canceled him.
Right.
And then they removed him. They said he wasn't eligible for any awards at the Country Music Awards.
That's fair.
They said, so he has the top performing country album literally of all time. It was like the most downloaded country album in history. And his songs have been #1 on the charts for like the last 12 weeks. And so everyone was commenting that because he was canceled, he would have won all these awards. But instead, they gave it to everyone else because he was canceled because he used a racial slur.
Well, I think you should be canceled if you use
So now we'll see what the future of Morgan Wallen's career is because this basically derailed him.
Well, obviously it did not derail him. What he's probably going to do is create his own label. And
Right. Like, well, now, like, that's the future of the music industry, right? So Taylor Swift is
she bought back all of her stuff.
She's re-recording all of her albums and re-releasing them so that she can get away from that record label. So I think, like, now with, like, TikTok, you see more of that now. Like, with TikTok and, like, all these things that, because you can release albums so much easier now, right?
Right.
Like, you could just post on YouTube. Like,
post on
years
iTunes.
ago, like, it was like, you waited for the CD to come out. Like, now you don't even need it. You just post it for free.
Oh, I remember that. I remember going to, like, Sam Goody.
Yeah.
Like, the day that the new, like, on Sunday, and then you'd be like, oh, can you, like, play this CD before you buy it?
And remember they had that little circle thing so you couldn't steal it? It was like the thing on the inside of the cover.
Yeah.
And then you'd be so pissed when, like, your jewel case cracked. Because you're like, damn it, it's not going to fit in the thing.
So I found all of my old CDs in my basement.
Really?
Like my mixed CDs, like the ones I downloaded and ripped from Napster. I'm like, how can I play these? But Lena has an older computer that still has like a disc drive.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, now we can rock out to like all the 90s music.
Remember
I have hundreds. When I say hundreds of CDs, hundreds.
Do you know, there was a radio station in New York, so Z100. So
I listened to Z100.
Okay, so Z100. So we listened to that growing up. Like
Elvis ran in the morning show.
Do you know that, so we used to call in all the time because in order to request a song, that's how you did it. You had to call in, or if you were trying to win a contest, you would call in. Do you know to this day, I still know that phone number is 1-800-242-0100.
It's still that number.
Still that number. It has been that number for almost 40 years, maybe even longer. I still know, and it was like, it's the craziest, like, to listen to that all. And remember, you'd have to record. You'd have to push the 2 buttons down, record and play, and like to do it.
No, I remember more of like the Napster, like
that was like new school,
where it would be like it'd be like loading time. It'd be like 48 hours.
The worst.
Oh, and then like your internet would go down, or someone would pick up the phone. You'd be like, Mom, I only had like 20 hours left.
And then you'd go to sleep and you'd leave it on, and then it would say like something like interrupted, and you were like, no! And then you'd have to start the whole thing. Yes. So
our children will never know the trials and tribulations it was like growing up in the 80s or 90s.
I know. So big news for me this week.
Yes, tell everybody your big news.
I am moving our store.
Very exciting.
So exciting. We are moving from our 5th Street location to downtown Charlottesville, so I'm very excited and I'm very thankful and very grateful that I have the opportunity.
Everyone will follow you there
to do that. So it's been a while. So like last week was a very hard week for me. I told you when I came in on Monday, I was like, I'm having a very hard day. It was very hard. Owning a small business is really hard, and like getting through COVID and doing all this stuff, super, super hard. And you know, for everyone out there who has a business, like you understand, like it's a lot, and it's a lot on you, and you're the end thing, and it's hard. But we were very, very thankful. So we are moving on from 5th Street.
We're gonna miss you as Panera neighbors.
Thanks.
But I'm very excited at your new location. And I was your last guest at Casa Swig at your old location.
Yes.
And I know that I will be your very first guest.
It was very fun.
New location.
Kelly and I, so Kelly came to the store when we had nothing on the walls.
Like, it was not even open yet.
Yeah, we weren't even open. And then it was funny because we did a grand opening party like a couple of months later, and she was like, "I've been coming here for 3 months." And I was like, "Oh, no, now we're open. We weren't open before." But it was really fun. So Kelly and Christy came, all their kids. We partied. We did some gymnastics. We had dance parties. We had wine. It was really, really fun to close out the store. So it's been a great run.
Yes. And it's not like you're going.
No. And
it's like you're closing.
I'm super thankful. So the new location is going to be bigger. It's going to have more room for parties. And you're
still going to be offering online stuff while you build out that store, right?
We are. We're doing online classes. You can order from PicassoSwig.com. So we're just doing the stuff. We're going to do
our friend Jen is saying, excited for your move, Jamie. Change is
so
good.
Much, Jen. Yeah,
we are for the opening.
Yes, we are super, super grateful. And it'll give us an opportunity to be more involved with the community in Charlottesville. So closer to downtown, we'll be able to do more stuff. We'll be involved in more festivals, more things. So I'm super positive. But, this is a hard time for business.
Girl.
And let me tell you, it's tough. Last week, I was hanging on by a very thin thread.
If anybody is looking for a job, all of my Panera Bread locations are hiring. Please, you can walk in, ask to speak to a manager. You can fill out an application right then and there.
So what's happening? So people are, so a lot of people are out on unemployment, and unemployment is paying everyone more than minimum wage, right? So they're paying them more weekly. So a lot of places are having a hard time hiring people.
Because if you get a job, you'll actually be making less,
right?
In some situations.
Right. But the benefit of having a job, right, is you are making less, but you're getting health insurance,
right,
which is important.
And at some point, like the stimulus checks and all this unemployment stuff is going to end. Right. And then everyone's going to be looking for a job, and it's going to be more competitive.
Right.
So why don't you just fill out an application and come work at my lovely, locally owned, wonderful Panera Bread locations.
Yeah.
We want to hire you. So
I would work there. Do you get free bagels?
Do I?
Well, do the employees, do you get like a shift meal? Is that what it's called?
You get a discount.
You do? Ooh, I like that. A discount on
Jamie
bagels.
is now the newest cashier.
Every time I pull up to the drive-thru, I'm like, just checking in. I work here now. Yeah. Cinnamon Crunch Bagel.
Who do we have on next week?
Please. Who is on next week? I think Samantha is on. So this is a crazy story. I don't know if all of you. So there's a girl. Her name is Samantha, and she lives in New York City.
Okay.
And she was doing a TikTok, and
this was insanity.
Somehow she felt a draft that was coming out of her bathroom. She didn't know exactly where it was coming from, and she was like, "Oh, it's so drafty." And she finally was in there, and she was reaching, and she was like, "I feel like it's coming from the mirror."
This is insane.
Which is super, super weird. And so she was like, so she took the mirror off of her bathroom wall,
and there was a huge hole into another
huge hole, and an
apartment.
Entire apartment behind her apartment. So she was like, oh my God.
Unfinished.
So it was like an unfinished apartment, an empty space. So she gets up the nerve to basically crawl in there with like a headlamp.
Which I would never do.
And she finds that there were like empty Powerade bottles. So people have been in there, but she doesn't know how they're getting in. So people have been in there at some point, and she finds this whole apartment.
I can't wait to hear what happened.
So people were going crazy though, because if you guys have ever seen, there's a horror movie.
Yes.
What is the name of the horror movie? It's a horror movie about this. And it was basically...
What is it called? I can't remember now. Judah, what is it?
Not The Watchmen.
Do you know?
Candyman. So it's all about how a woman basically, there were murders that happened because someone came in through her mirror.
Yeah.
And it was based off a true story that there was a woman, I think it was in the 60s, that was in New York City, and she was basically killed because the same exact thing, there was an entrance into her bathroom, and someone came through the mirror at night, and she was actually, so it was a true story. So everyone was flipping out, and they were like, Samantha, what are you going to do? You have to close up this wall, blah, blah. And she was doing all these videos. So we are going to find out from Samantha what the heck is going on in her apartment.
And let's reach out, because we could do a double TikTok interview. So let's do her, and then let's reach out to the famous TikToker that tried to cheat, or is trading a bobby pin for. Can we reach out to her after the show? And because then we could do a whole
that would be great
thing.
Yeah. So Kelly reported this was one of the first episodes of Women Changing Our World that we ever did. There was a girl that she was trying to buy a house.
She's trading to buy a house. So she started with the bobby pin and traded the bobby pin for a pair of earrings, and then the pair of earrings to a blah. And right now I think She is up to something crazy.
She got a car, so she's on her way. She got a Honda CR-V.
No, then they upgraded. So I don't know what she got now.
She's like literally on her way. But yeah, so Samantha's going to be on next week. We'll try to reach out to her and see if we can get her on. But guys, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram.
Share the show. Like and share
the show.
We will see you.
We can continue
on Monday.
To do this. Yes. Keep changing our world.
Yes, and check out our Facebook page. And don't forget the awesome events, 420 events tomorrow, Pro Renata, and at Ix Park.
And thank you to Jeanette Wells for coming on. You were so amazing. You were such an inspiration. Guys, keep changing our world. And if you have any ideas for guests that you want to see, please
send them our way.
Kelly and I know. But until next time.
Later.
Ciao, everyone. Have a great week.
Oh, that was a good one.
Good show.
Yeah, we really need to see if we can get that other TikToker on.
The bobby pin trader.
Yeah. Thanks.